Today's story is called The Lame Dad Chronicles, The Quest for Glory at the Renaissance Festival.
The Turner family piled into the minivan on a bright autumn morning, ready to spend the day at the annual Renaissance Festival. Ellie and Jake sat in the back seat, scrolling on their phones, while Mom sipped her coffee and tried to ignore the clanking sound coming from the trunk. "What did you pack, Ted?" Mom asked. "Only the essentials," Dad said, adjusting his feathered cap in the rearview mirror. Ellie squinted. "Is that a sword in the back seat?" "Not just any sword," Dad exclaimed, grinning. "This is Excalibur Jr." Jake groaned. "Dad, please tell me you're not wearing tights under your jeans." Dad winked with a smile. A knight never reveals his secrets. Ellie buried her face in her hands. "This is going to be embarrassing." Phase 1, the grand arrival. As soon as they parked, Dad leaped out of the car, pulling off his jacket to reveal a full Renaissance outfit, complete with a tunic, a faux leather belt, and a cape that billowed dramatically in the wind. "Behold," he declared, striking a heroic pose, "Sir Theodore the Bold has arrived." Jake stared at him. "Where did you even get that?" "I made it," Dad said proudly. Ellie groaned. "We're not even through the gate yet, and you're already embarrassing us." But Dad was unfazed. He slung his sword over his shoulder and marched towards the festival entrance, calling over his shoulder, "Come, family, adventure awaits." Phase 2, into the festival. Inside the festival grounds, it was a whirlwind of color and activity. Vendors sold medieval crafts, jugglers performed tricks in the streets, and musicians strummed lutes while singing lively ballads. "This is amazing," Dad said, practically bounding with excitement. "Do you feel it, kids, the magic of the medieval era?" Ellie rolled her eyes. "It smells like turkey grease and hay." "That's authenticity," Dad replied. Jake perked up when he spotted a booth selling wooden shields. "Can I get one of those?" "Of course," Dad said, pulling out his wallet. "Every squire needs proper equipment. We'll prepare you for battle." Ellie crossed her arms. "I don't need anything. I'll just stay in the background and pretend I don't know you. How about that?" Phase 3, the jousting arena. The family made their way to the jousting arena, where knights in full armor were preparing for battle. "This," Dad said, sitting on the edge of the bleachers, "this is what I've been waiting for." Ellie slumped in her seat. "Can we just eat and go home, please?" But as the jousting began, Dad became completely engrossed. He cheered loudly for the Red Knight, waving his feathered cap in the air and shouting, "For honor! For glory!" When the Red Knight won his match, Dad stood up and saluted him. The knight, clearly amused, pointed his lance in Dad's direction and nodded. "Do you see that?" Dad whispered to the kids. "He respects my valor." Ellie groaned. "I can't take you anywhere, Dad." Phase 4, the search for the elusive turkey leg. After the joust, Dad announced his next mission. Every true knight needs sustenance, and what better feast than the legendary turkey leg? Ellie and Jake exchanged wary looks as Dad began his quest, visiting booth after booth. "Sold out?" Dad exclaimed at the fifth vendor. "How can the great Renaissance delicacy, the Renaissance Festival, be sold out?" "It's just meat on a stick, Dad," Ellie said. "It's not just meat," Dad countered. "It's tradition." Finally, as the family wandered past the jousting arena, a shadowy figure stepped out from behind a hay bale. "Looking for a turkey leg, are you?" the man asked, his voice low and conspiratorial. "Yes."
That guy.
"No." "Yes," Dad said, his eyes lighting up. "Do you have one, my good sir?" The man smirked and opened a tattered bag, revealing a single turkey leg wrapped in foil. Last one of the day. Yours for $20. Ellie tugged on Dad's sleeve. No, Ellie tugged on Dad's sleeve. This feels shady, Dad. Ellie, Dad said, waving her off, knights must sometimes take risks to fulfill their quests. Dad handed over a crisp $20 bill, but as soon as the money changed hands, the man bolted, his bag clutched tightly. Hey, Dad shouted, that scoundrel has my wallet. Phase 5, the chase. Without hesitation, Dad drew his foam sword. After him! Ellie and Jake stared in disbelief as Dad took off after the thief, his cape flapping dramatically behind him. Are we seriously doing this? Jake asked. Ellie sighed. We can't just let him get away. The siblings and Mom joined the chase, weaving through crowds of festival goers. The thief darted into a maze of vendor tents, knocking over barrels and crates to slow them down. I knew those tights would come in handy, Dad shouted, easily leaping over an overturned barrel. Stop yelling, Dad, Ellie hissed. You're attracting attention. Good, Dad said. The people must know that justice is being served. Phase 6, the family's plan. As they rounded a corner, Jake spotted a shortcut through an alley of fabric booths. We can cut him off, he said, grabbing Ellie's arm. Mom nodded. I'll block the exit. You two follow Jake's lead. While Dad continued the main pursuit, yelling things like, Thou shalt not escape. The rest of the family split up to form a trap. Ellie grabbed a broom from a nearby booth, holding it like a makeshift lance. Jake grabbed a basket of apples, ready to launch them if needed. When the thief rounded the corner, he skidded to a halt. Now! Ellie shouted. Mom stepped into his path, holding up a bucket of water. Drop the wallet or you'll regret it. The thief hesitated, then tried to dart past her, but Jake hurled an apple, hitting him square in the back. Ow! The thief yelped, stumbling. Ellie lunged with the broom, tripping him. Dad arrived just in time to see the thief sprawled on the ground. Ha ha! The Turner family triumphs again! Phase 7, the hero's return. The festival staff arrived moments later, retrieving Dad's wallet and escorting the thief away. Thank you, brave citizens, Dad said, bowing to the gathering crowd. Justice has been served, thanks to my noble family. Ellie rolled her eyes. We're not noble, we're just hungry. And Jake grinned. At least it was exciting. Back at the food court, a vendor overheard their story and handed Dad a fresh turkey leg, free of charge. For your bravery, kind sir, the vendor said. Dad held the turkey leg aloft like a trophy. Victory tastes even sweeter when it's earned. The heartfelt ending. As the sun set over the Renaissance Festival, the Turner family sat on a hay bale, sharing the turkey leg and laughing about their chaotic day. This was actually kind of fun, Ellie admitted, and Jake nodded, even if Dad was ridiculously lame. Ridiculously heroic, you mean? Dad said, taking a dramatic bite of turkey. Mom smiled. Well, either way, it's a day we won't forget. And as the performers took their final bows, the Turners knew they had made memories that would last a lifetime, thanks to their over-the-top, lovable, lame dad.